The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Subaru Productions. Hello everybody, and welcome back to episode number of the Tokucast.
68, I think.
Yeah, 68 something.
Anywho.
Let's dub over Jacob. No, we won't. That's a lot.
I mean, I did it once before for another episode, so,
We're
so why
2
not?
weeks away from the best number.
Oh, okay.
70. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not hosting this one. Jacob is.
Yeah, for some strange reason, he let
By
me
the way,
host
we were
this
off
one.
at 67. This is 67.
Is it?
Gosager was 66.
60.
Math is awesome. Anyway. This week, we are reviewing Madan Senki Ryukendo. And one of the first things you may notice is this one has nothing to do with Bandai or Toei.
Nope.
This is Takara. And this is their first attempt to get into the Toku line. And I feel like the story behind it is actually much more interesting than the show itself.
So is it time for a history lesson?
Kind of. Takara was founded in 1955. They're primarily a toy company. They're the ones who started... basically the ones who started Transformers.
Yeah, the Diaclone line.
Kind of. Sorry. Kind of. So, founded in 1965. This is a history lesson.
Yeah, they worked with video games, they worked with SNK, blah, 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 Life Entertainment Products, robots in 2005. And then fast forward to 2006.
Such a fast forward.
Yes. January 8th, 2006, on TVIT.
A mistake was made.
A decision was made.
A decision was made, we'll say that much. We have Madan Senki Ryukendo in Akebono City, in a peaceful community overflowing with humanity. Since there was a powerful spot that released magical power in the community, the people were distressed by the threat of the demon army Jamanga, who are gathering minus energy.
Still better than tube.
Thanks, show.
Was energy trademarked?
No, they pronounce it energy. They pronounce it energy in the show.
This is almost like having the whole show outlined by prophecy. And we all know prophecies are terrible.
No, this is like watching The Last Airbender by M. Night Shyamalan. Everything is just mispronounced. Just a bit off.
Yeah.
Soka.
They're just a bit too white.
Are you the Avatar Ong?
Which is, I was so upset because he can,
Back to this!
He can act. Noah Ringer, I don't know. Because all we saw him in was Last Airbender and Cowboys and Aliens.
But anyway, we have our main character, Kenju Nari.
Well, hold on.
Huh?
The intro.
I'm not there yet.
No,
he's still doing a plot synopsis.
I'm still summarizing the plot.
Also, he's the host. You shut the fuck up.
do you want me to do this or not?
Go ahead.
Okay, good.
Marcus
So anyway, we have our protagonist, Kenji Narukami, student of the Narukami Dragon God style. He shows up to town, joins the police force, and is transformed into Ryukendo to fight bad guys. That's the plot. Now then, let's start with the opening.
It's shit.
Openings, I should say.
They're both shit.
They're both not good.
There's not enough vodka in this.
That tells the tale of this shit.
I feel like I didn't hate this show anywhere near as much as you two did.
I didn't hate it, but I remember it being better when we tried watching it in college.
I don't.
I remember.
Fair enough.
I remember it being a little more like, it wasn't great, but it wasn't, But because of all the other shit, because back then I was I wouldn't say new to Toku, but
We're so used to Toku.
I wasn't a novice. I was like an apprentice, essentially. So now I've seen all the worst shit. I've seen all the best shit, and this is somewhere in the middle between the worst and the middle.
It's below
average.
I think when this show is working, which it does occasionally, I think it's about on the level of a mid-tier.
Ginga Man.
For me, it's about on the level of a mid-tier Sentai when it's working.
I didn't hate the suits,
but it does. Okay, well, let's start. We're going to structure this because there's not really a lot of plot to summarize.
No, there isn't.
We're going to structure this more like Good, Bad, and Terabad, as we did with our Kiva review and a few others.
So let's start with the good.
Let's start with the good.
I did not mind the suits.
they're a little bit over-designed.
I will admit that.
They are.
They're not terrible. You can tell Takara is a toy company just by looking at these
Because these
suits.
are walking toys.
They are literally walking toys, and it's not just them; it's everyone.
And
Every character in this show feels like a walking toy.
This show, I think, is connected to Tomika Rescue Heroes.
This is a partial prequel to Tomiko Rescue Heroes,
Yeah.
which was a show that Takara did later.
Yeah. Which I don't want to watch. So,
But yeah, I didn't mind the suits. Yes, I can definitely see why they're over-designed. The only thing I hate about mainly Ryokendo's suit is something that I've never been able to get my head around aesthetically wise.
is the sword.
Yeah. The sword
'cause
that
it looks-
has the guard that circles the entire handle. Like
To be fair,
like
Kingdom
a
Hearts.
but like a Keyblade. I was about to say like a Keyblade. I really couldn't get behind those either. I just don't like.
It's weird because
How you
I
have to
understand.
hold them.
Yeah, I understand
Mhm.
exactly where you're coming from. It's weird because I always felt like, even though I'm looking at the picture, I know it's not. I feel like because of the fact that they had to use so much of the handles inserted.
They have to use it. Well, that's the thing because that also serves as their henching device.
Yeah,
Because that's how they transform and that's what becomes their weapon.
but it felt like, and this is legitimately just me, it felt like the sword was like 7 inches and the hilt was like 6 feet.
yeah. Like, I'm looking at a picture, it looks like it's a 50-50 split between hilt and sword.
Yeah.
And that's
Mhm.
not a good thing.
I'm
Yeah.
sitting here just like, no. I did not like the suits. And I think my biggest problem with this, and this is something, you know what? Let's keep talking about the good, because this is going to go into the terrible bad section.
Okay, Matt, was there anything else you liked about the show?
Some of the set designs are nice.
I like the fact that they used a bat as a motif
Mhm.
for a suit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Before Kiba.
I
True.
didn't mind some of like the, I'm gonna just keep using this word, the toys that he gets, the bikes and everything. I did
Mhm.
not, aesthetically wise, I did not hate looking at this show.
Okay.
As much as I hated to pay attention to this show.
Okay, here's one thing that I liked about the show, and I kind of like the characters.
I don't.
I
I can see why you.
I kind of like the characters.
They're not the worst characters.
They are not the worst
Oh,
characters.
no.
Kenji is fine. Jushiro, Koichi, everyone in the show. It's got a very nice supporting
Also,
cast.
we say over designed, and yet I still don't think these are as over designed as Zio, Commodore Zio. That Gaim suit is the most over designed piece of shit I've ever seen.
But not. And my thing with the actual suits themselves, especially Ryokendo's power-ups, they're all blue.
Well, that's just
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's like there's no differentiation, so it's like they all blend together.
They
so
do.
quickly for
There
me.
is a lot of blending together, but let's keep focusing on the good. I think the show. Not every character in this show is good, but I like that they made an attempt to have a diverse selection of supporting characters.
Yeah.
Another thing I really like is that SHOT, which is the organization that hunts the demons, I like that they're a secret underground part of the police force.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that him and also Jushiro, they're detectives. And that's part of their cover. So they work in the police station, but they also work underground as part of SHOT. And it's literally an underground base. I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
There's a lot of good ideas for this show on paper.
There are a lot of good ideas, and I think some of them are executed well.
I think I'm not going to really start speaking until we get to the bad section.
Yep, pretty much. This is our time.
Yes. Matt,
All
was
the
there
time
anything
up
was
here.
there anything else you liked?
Not that hasn't already been said, because you did bring up a lot of points. That I
Okay.
missed. Let's go on to just bad,
No,
not terror bad.
because I have another I have a couple
Oh.
other good things I'd like to bring up.
Marcus is shocked.
I would like to take a page out of Harry Potter's book and open at the close. I really, really liked the ending.
Okay.
I thought the show had a fantastic ending. Then, yes, we're not really covering the plot because the plot is there are bad guys, kill they ass. But aside from that,
Can we get that on a shirt? There are bad guys, kill they ass.
yes. Anywho,
Kill thine ass.
That's in the Bible.
it's in Genesis.
We have some religious people that are going to hate me now. Fantastic. Moving on.
That implies they don't already.
That's true. I laugh at Hellsing
But-
Ultimate Abridged. That is some of the most religiously offensive things I've ever seen.
Holy water!
No, mainly just him looking at God offering forgiveness and goes, didn't ask for it, don't want it, go fuck yourself. To God himself. Or itself, whatever the fuck you say.
Life goes on.
Yeah.
What else is there to be good about?
Well, getting back to the ending, our heroes, they have their keys, the souls in their keys, I forget the name of them exactly, so forgive me. But they have to part from each other. And it's on New Year's. There's this great scene where they say goodbye and they leave them for the final time. They go to a temple, they ring the bell, they give their New Year's thanks. We get one of the scientists doing like a guitar solo, and after that, one of the best touches I think in the show is all the actors. It cuts to like different shots of all the actors, and they all bow to the camera to thank the audience for watching.
Yeah,
and I love that.
I did not.
I thought that was such a nice touch.
Though I knew when I watched that scene, I knew Marcus was going to have a joke of "Thank you for putting up with this." So.
But just that final shot of the three heroes in front of the temple bell. One of them yells, "Express gratitude," and they bow to the camera to thank them.
And we don't get that a lot with Toei stuff, mainly because the last time we see said characters will be in the team-up movie next year.
Mm-hmm.
So there's never that moment of... And they always have that banner usually of like, "Thank you for watching for the past year," but I like the audience interaction from the
it was a nice little personal touch, and I like that a lot. And also... This show saved its dance ending for the end. we all the three of us, we agree dance endings can be a little overused. This one waits till the last episode. They cram every cast member into this tiny, tiny room.
Quality
and
over
have
quantity.
them doing super basic choreography, but it's like, you're trying. That's a little personal touch, and I like that. And that's one of the things
You're attempting.
You're attempting.
That is very deserving of a soft golf clap.
Get on your Ryukendo. The bad.
Marcus is about to explode.
No. I have another good thing. I love how Dr. Worm, who is one of the bad guys, is an actual man in makeup instead of a guy in a full suit.
Would you say it was ultimate makeup?
I would not. No. I would say it's it's community theater makeup. But it's not terrible.
It could be worse.
It's a little harsh, but I love it.
Some community.
It's a backhanded compliment.
As someone who's done community theater, I can say some of them have good makeup.
Fair enough.
It's not all that bad.
4 out of 10. But
4 out of 10. This is one of the good ones.
Are we done with the good?
New.
Yes.
New?
No. Let me think.
He's just trying to prolong your explosion.
I don't know. I'm seriously trying to think because there's probably one or two other things I'm forgetting.
We'll probably come back. Like we do. Why don't we give Marcus...
You know what? Yeah, let's move on. Bad.
Marcus. Now we're just talking bad.
We're not at Terabad yet. So I think I'll get us started. The
lack of plot.
The attempts at comedy.
It's bad.
It's...
great.
Whatever... There are a couple of moments throughout the show that I definitely did chuckle at, but it never... There's one episode in particular earlier in the show where our heroes are chasing a train that is like through the city that's sucking up all the Midas energy, and that's what they call it in the show.
I know, but every time I hear it,
it's still funny.
Put that in the good Midas energy because F you, we're Japan.
It's not Gaim, but episode 2 levels.
Gaim, you're talking about eyebrows?
Talking about eyebrows, talking about when he tried to ride his bike in suit and just fell over.
Or
O's, where he was on the vending machine.
Or all of Zio episode 12, which probably might be one of the funniest things I've seen in a long.
Or all of Genmu.
But
oh yeah, sure. He's just amazing.
Another bad thing, the music. The actual in-show score is pretty
cheap.
It sounds like it was made with a Fisher Price organ.
Or
like all the instruments sound like Fisher Price.
Or like in a 10th grade music class.
I feel like those are about on par.
10th grade with Fisher Price. There you go. Because, he's chasing him, the Jushiro, he's chasing train thing through the city, and the music is like... It's like, well, this is a little bit out of place.
A little?
A little.
Okay.
A little. I get you're going for comedic chase, but this sounds like a Fisher Price music. musician trying to emulate Benny Hill.
I think
It's not working.
I think I'm going to end up saving a whole bunch because I just have a shit ton of problems with the show. I'm just going to save a lot of the things that I'm going to end up saying in the Terabat section because I can feel it happening in my head.
Matt, is there anything bad that you'd like to get off your chest?
Just such bare bones, generic, basic bitch drinking a pumpkin spice latte plot. Disagree with me.
No, Barbara, we're not having one of those today. God damn it.
Thanks, Helen.
Can y'all start referencing because you're making me go
This whole show is basically Karen from finance. That's the basic of the basic. Yes,
I thought that was Susan.
No, but that's still a great drag name, by the way, because you'll never know what you're going to get. She just comes out and tells you the minutes for the meeting we had last week.
Susan spelled SOO.
Or, spelled ABCDE.
Oh, you heard about that too?
It's pronounced Absidy? It's pronounced shut the fuck up, bitch.
Somebody was getting made fun of because their name was Absidy, but spelled ABCDE.
Blame their parents.
Absidy.
And you can tell it was a white lady whose name was Susan, and came up and still complained to the manager, even though she was speaking to the manager. Let's move on to the Terabat.
Yeah, let's do that. Terabat, Marcus.
This fucking show. I hate. It's been a long time since I watched the show, and I was just like, "Wow, I fucking miss Winspector," and I can't believe I've ever said that in my entire fucking life. I'm sitting here watching this show like
this show wasn't that bad. Really?
Yes.
You thought this was worse than Winspector?
Yes, because I'm sitting here looking at it.
No,
and especially on the last couple of episodes.
I don't agree with that statement
because I'm skipping around because once again, this show has no fucking plot, so who fucking cares?
It's got a plot. It's just,
no, it doesn't.
No, the plot is episodic Saturday morning bullshit. We stop the weekly villain. Like I said, basic white bitch drinking a pumpkin spice latte plot.
I'm sitting here watching this and like the last fight thing they have going on.
Yeah.
In the whole movie theater. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting here like, this comedy is fucking try hard. And I was just watching it, head hurting, wondering, wow, this is what it's like to die. I could not believe I was watching this in my life. I remember trying to watch this thing back in college, and like I couldn't get over.
I was just bored.
I was bored, and I couldn't stand watching it because it looked cheap. And that was the thing that bothered me the most. Coming out, and yes, this is like the really first foray into this type of genre,
and you can tell.
Yeah, no, you can absolutely tell, which is why it was.
You can tell they were watching Sentai and Kamen Rider, being like, "What can we pick? What can we pick? What can we pick?"
And that's why.
And then they fucking watched Garo Ranger, and that was their first mistake.
But again, I get the whole cheap look. That did not bother me as much.
It really did for me.
As much as it did you. Only because I knew that this was a first try rough draft.
I would like to bring up something. Did the frame rate bother either of you?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
I was watching it it made
for those of you unfamiliar,
with frame rate?
mostly Toei's production, Super Sentai, etc., especially nowadays, they're usually shot at 24 frames a second, especially since we're in the Neo Heisei era now with what we've been reviewing. That's what we're used to seeing.
So going back.
So going back to a higher frame rate where now it's about I want to say this was about 30. It feels like it was shot. It definitely looks like it was shot on a cheaper camera.
Yeah. It looked off. And think about what came out around the same year. And we can say this because another show did their first foray into this at the same time with Garo. But go and look at Bokenger, Kabuto, Garo, all which came out in the same year. And then look at this. You're sitting here like, who decided this was a good idea?
It's kind of like you're looking at a plate full of chicken nuggets. Half of them are Tyson and the other half.
I'm sitting here looking at this. I could not stand Kenji.
Really?
I hated him. I did not want to watch him. I wanted him to go away. I was just looking at him like, I don't like your character at all. And then I'm coming back into the show, watching it again, and I basically turned to Jasmine Masters when she just says, "Just as I thought, trash," because that's exactly what this fucking show was to me. I was watching this like he's the, oh my god, I'm so naive and innocent about stuff, kawaii des. And then the supporting characters that came along with him. That
I
girl
didn't
that
get
hold
that
on, because it's my turn. Because that girl that came along with him, like the one that he apparently liked, I was just like, I don't care about your relationship or anything that you had to go, or anything that you had to do.
Hellsing Ultimate Abridged.
Oh,
Juichiro.
Have you seen the new one?
Yes.
Walter-san, Daisuke Day. That's what you
Juichiro,
reminded.
who was like the secondary character, I didn't care for him either.
Mm-hmm.
His whole characterization was uncool.
I'm super serious.
He was cool, man.
But he doesn't pull it off. And then
It's
we
like
get
they
to
watch Saved by the Bell and let's make this a Toku.
basically. And then we get to Koichi,
I don't think so.
who is edgelord. Koichi's fucking edgelord. You can't deny this.
You could tell because his hair is all spiky and blonde.
Yeah, he's basically just an extra from Yu-Gi-Oh. 5Ds. But either way, it's still bad.
Specifically the 5D.
No, but that's accurate.
It's either that or he's on, car games or motorcycles. But I just cannot stand watching this show. I hated this entire cast. I hated the plot. I hated watching it. I'm just like, I don't want to watch this show. And it's been a long time since we've had something for the Tokucast in general, where I'm just looking at it like, I can't do this.
It's been since Winspector.
Basically.
And you hated this more than Winspector?
Yes.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around that.
I can't say I hated this more than Winspector.
I definitely can't.
Because like I said, I found this so much more aesthetically pleasing to look at. So watching it didn't hurt
That's
my
the thing.
eyes.
Winspector's production values, especially considering the time, are just unwatchable.
Yeah, they're both
especially
bad.
by today's standards. This one, there are moments and scenes throughout where I was like, okay, this is kind of working.
The sad thing is, I looked at this show kind of like how my fiance Sam looks at Kamen Rider and Sentai. Just a silly, weird kid show that looks kind of stupid, that really not my thing, but I can see why people enjoy it.
If I may bring up a point, you said kid show. This much more so than Super Sentai and Kamen Rider and Ultraman feels like it's aimed at a much younger audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
This show definitely, because we've gone back and, all the Sentai and Rider that we've watched, we can still get something out of it as adults. This one definitely feels like it was aimed at a much younger audience.
Here's the thing. It's like with Disney.
The audience that still wears a fucking bib.
It's like with Disney. They'll put in those jokes and those references that only the adults that will get because they know that adults have to be with their children watching the show. This feels like a show that was written that kids are going to be watching by themselves and there are no adults in the room. Whereas Sentai and Kamen Rider, some people will watch that as a family. So we got to make it so it's not so mind-numbingly childish for the teenagers and adults who are watching the show.
Like this show was for me. I could not watch it. It physically, just after a certain point, watching it just repulsed me. I was done with it. I did not want to be around it. I wanted to light it on fire. I just wanted to give it...
And this was around episode 2 or 3, maybe, because you texted me. It was like, yeah, you're hosting this show.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't do it. You're hosting this one.
I couldn't stand watching it. Usually I'll give everything, especially for Toku that's this long, 13 episodes. 13 episodes.
That's a Terabed thing I want to bring up. The show is too long.
Yeah.
It's 52 episodes. For me, that's too long.
For no overarching plot, really,
Yeah.
that's just so...
And it's like no
if
overarching...
it was half as long...
because it's fine to have no overarching plot. Deca Ranger did that.
No, but Deca Ranger made sure that each episode was
good.
They put all the focus in each plot of the episode as opposed to the overarching plot of the series, where this one was just like monster
Defeat monster.
There's nothing.
It's a side quest of Toku.
There is nothing wrong with a show
and
being nothing.
You only get 100 gold at the end.
Well, getting back to that, I don't think there's anything wrong with that necessarily.
No.
It's all about execution. For a show that is executed for the way that this one is, it's too long.
Yeah.
Because then you look at a show like Deca Ranger, I feel like that could have gone on for another 10 episodes.
And it would have been perfectly fine.
Because it was executed well.
Yeah.
So, we end up getting this, and you were just like, I need to get away from this. Light me on fire, Barbara, because we're out of here. So I cannot. I hated this. This is that show. This is that other show.
We went from a show that we all agreed unanimously that was a really good show, underrated, and we went to this where we have two people going, it was not great, but it was okay. And Mark is like, I want to light it on fire.
Well, technically we went from
piss on its corpse.
Well, technically we went from the last one, but then we went to Megaforce, and now we're on this one.
Well,
so.
I didn't count Megaforce because it's not an actual review.
Yeah.
God, if we had to review Power Rangers, I might shoot myself because having to rewatch.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, moving on. I think that's all about
This is a good place to stop. I feel like we've said all that needs to be said.
Marcus looks just
Marcus is a little done for now.
Oh, the buzzing sound is happening.
Hold on. No, we gotta get a group hug.
No! Stop.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. This has been the Tokucast.
Some other things.
So uncomfortable.